This earphone has two sound modes, one for fun and one for smooth, and it might be the easiest upgrade for beginners. Alright, so let me paint you a picture. You're scrolling, you see a new IEM, and it's not doing the usual look at my 12 drivers flex. It's not screaming about ultra reference in 10 different fonts. Instead, it quietly drops one of the most interesting ideas in the mid-range IEM space, a hybrid design with a passive dynamic driver acting like a bass radiator plus two tuning modes that are actually meant to change how you listen depending on what you're playing. That is the Softears Volume S, and if you've been hunting for a do-it-all IEM that can go from fun to smooth without turning into a science project, this one is worth understanding. Now, Softears is one of those brands that tends to aim for a grown-up tuning philosophy. Not boring, not sterile, but controlled. And the Volume S is basically their attempt at an all-rounder hybrid IEM that hits three big targets at once. 1. Bass that feels physical and textured, not floppy. 2. Mids that keep vocals believable. 3. A treble that gives detail without turning cymbals into needles. But the S here is important because it's not just a minor revision. Volume S takes the concept of the original volume and adds two things that shape the entire identity. A unique dual dynamic driver approach with a passive driver element, and dual tuning modes that actually change the vibe depending on what you're listening to. Okay, check this out. Volume S uses a 2DD plus 2 BA configuration. That's two dynamic drivers plus two balanced armatures, but it's not two dynamics in the typical way. The active dynamic driver first, you have a 10mm silicone diaphragm dynamic driver, and this is the main engine. It pushes the core bass and foundational weight. Silicone diaphragms can be really good at sounding natural, especially in the low end, because they can keep bass from sounding too stiff or plasticky. The passive dynamic driver. Then, Softears does something that makes this IEM stand out. A 6mm wool paper diaphragm. Passive dynamic driver. Now, passive dynamic driver is basically like, think of a passive radiator in speaker design. It's not being directly driven like the main driver. It's reacting, helping extend and shape the low-end behavior. And this matters because a lot of IEM bass problems come down to control. Some sets have bass quantity, but it smears. Some have detail, but no physicality. The passive radiator approach is often used to get deeper extension and better texture, without just cranking bass and hoping for the best. And that's exactly where user feedback tends to land. People talk about the Volume S bass as thick, punchy, textured, control, not one-note boom, more like you can feel the kick drum and still hear the strings in the bass line. That's what this design is aiming for. The balanced armatures, then you've got two balanced armature drivers handling the upper frequencies, likely to keep treble clean and fast and help separation when mixes get dense. Balanced armatures are usually there for speed and definition. Softears isn't trying to make this a bright detail monster, but they do want you to hear micro detail and air when it's in the recording. Now, let's talk about the feature that makes this IEM super easy to pitch to a real human. It has two tuning modes via a faceplate control. And before you roll your eyes like, oh great, another gimmicky switch, hear me out, because this is one of the better two-in-one concepts in this price range. Pop mode. Pop mode is described as a more lively, immersive presentation with an HRTF style concept. That's HRTF, head-related transfer function. In normal human terms, it's trying to make the sound feel more room-like and engaging. More energy, more forward excitement, more this track slaps. Classical mode. Classical mode is tuned to be smoother. Softears describes it as reducing high frequencies by around 6 dB. That's a big deal because some IEMs are great until you throw on orchestral music or older recordings or anything with sharp treble, and suddenly your ears are tired. So classical mode is basically the calm down, let me listen for hours setting. Now, real talk, some owners say the difference between modes can feel subtle depending on your ears and source, while others appreciate having two flavors, and that's fair. But even if it's not night and day, the fact that you can tilt the tuning toward lively or smooth is genuinely useful. Volume S has two electrical states with different impedance and sensitivity figures depending on mode. One mode sits around 31.2 ohms with 114 dB per VRM sensitivity. The other drops to about 9.8 ohms with 124 dB per VRMs. So what does that mean? It means the IEM can behave differently depending on your source. Mid-range user feedback often points to an easy-to-enjoy tonality and believable vocals. That's important because a lot of fun hybrids sacrifice mids. They push bass and treble, and vocals get hollow or recessed. Volume S seems to keep mids reasonably grounded. Not shouty, not thin, not overly warm. That's the all-rounder energy. Treble is where the mode switch can become a real quality of life feature. If pop mode gives you a bit more energy and sparkle, classical mode can reduce that bite for long sessions. And that's exactly how a lot of people use these kinds of tunings in real life. Pop mode for pop, hip-hop, EDM, modern energetic tracks, classical mode for orchestral, jazz, acoustic, and anything where you want smooth realism without fatigue. Now let's talk hardware. The shell construction is described as a mix of medical-grade resin, aluminum alloy, and carbon fiber, which sounds like marketing, but in practice, it usually means a resin body that keeps comfort good, metal reinforcement for durability, carbon fiber, aesthetic, and stiffness in parts. And the connectors are 0.780 mm 2-pin, which is great because it's common, easy to find cables, easy to replace. The included cable is oxygen-free copper braided, and it has interchangeable terminations, typically 3.5 mm and 4.4 meters. That's a legit value add because a lot of IEMs make you buy modular terminations separately. Here it's part of the package, so you can swap between standard single-ended and balanced sources without buying another cable. This is for the person who wants one IEM that can do most things well and doesn't require constant EQ tweaking. It's also for someone who likes the idea of having a smoother mode available because listening fatigue is real and not everyone wants an IEM that screams detail at you all day. Now let's slow down here because drawbacks matter. You might want to skip Volume S if one. You listen at very low volumes all the time and you want bass to feel alive even at whisper levels. Some owners report the dynamics really come alive when you turn it up a bit too. You want the absolute biggest soundstage and most extreme technical showpiece in the price bracket. Volume S is often praised as balanced and enjoyable, but not always described as the most insane staging monster. 3. You hate the idea of tuning modes unless they're dramatically different. Some listeners feel the two modes are meaningful. Others feel they overlap depending on source and ears. And that's the honest truth. Switches are always going to be subjective. Now, if you do get it, here's the quick don't waste your first week advice. Try both modes with the same track back to back at the same volume. Your brain adapts fast, so you need quick comparisons. Use a low output impedance source if possible, especially because the impedance shifts can make different dongles sound slightly different. Don't neglect tips. Tip choice changes bass and treble perception dramatically. Give it time. A lot of balanced but fun IEMs reveal their strengths after a few days. So, what is the Softears Volume S? It's not trying to be a meme IEM with a ridiculous driver count. It's trying to be a smart, well-engineered, daily driver hybrid that delivers bass you can feel while still keeping balance and clarity. The passive radiator-style dynamic driver concept is a big part of why people describe the bass as textured and controlled, and the two-mode system, pop and classical, is a legit attempt to let you shift between energy and smoothness without grabbing an EQ every time. Is it perfect? No, but it feels like a product designed for actual listeners, not just spec sheet flexing. Now, if you want, tell me what you listen to most and what source you're using. Phone plus dongle, DAP, desktop, whatever, and I'll tell you which mode you'll likely live in and whether Volume S makes sense for your taste. Because at the end of the day, the best IEM isn't the one with the loudest marketing. It's the one you actually want to keep in your ears for hours and hit play again tomorrow.